brighter side, 'cause I'm low on the phone, you say. So I talk till I drop, you say, how could I have a heart made of stone? Why you? Oh, when we synchronize, it's exactly what I thought and I fantasized. Playing games with my mind, making us collide. And we know how it goes when we're out at night. And I don't know how we make it out when we make out on the low. Even if it rains, you'd rather make it snow. Both you and me know we gotta let it go. Laying on the ground, wondering why it's so cold. How we make it out when we make out on the low. Even if it rains, you'd rather make it snow. Both you and me know we gotta let it go. Laying on the ground, wondering why it's so cold. When you patronize, feel so satisfied. When I dig in the dirt, you're a paradise. And I know that you know I can sleep at night. Oh, and you're by my side. And it's smooth how you move, 'cause I'm petrified. Setting traps in my head, messing with my mind. When you talk, but I know you're lying. And I don't know how we make it out when we make out on the low. Even if it rains, you'd rather make it snow. Both you and me know we gotta let it go. Laying on the ground, wondering why it's so cold. How we make it out when we make out on the low. Even if it rains, you'd rather make it snow. Both you and me know we gotta let it go. Laying on the ground, wondering why it's so cold. Why you so icy cold? My tears can't drip. Sitting awake alone, tattoos I miss. If I was to call your phone, I know you'd click. Baby, can have the throne, I call it quits. You can even have my car, I don't need it. I've been inside my room since you left it, thinking about the place where we first kissed. Oh, and I don't know how we make it out when we make out on the low. Even if it rains, you'd rather make it snow. Both you and me know we gotta let it go. Laying on the ground, wondering why it's so cold. How we make it out when we make out on the low. Even if it rains, you'd rather make it snow. Both you and me know we gotta let it go. Laying on the ground, wondering why it's so cold.
Part of that team.
One thing I love about Chris is he's so passionate about his projects. And, you know, one thing I personally love about my career is, and I get excited even though I work for the company, is all the amazing talent that they kind of rope into these stories. What was it like working with other actors, and what was that experience like as a fan of them and also as a working actor yourself?
When I found out Michael K. Williams was like gonna share most of the scenes with me, it was amazing.
I loved your father like a brother.
One of the most unique sculptures you'll ever see, the Fist of Joe Louis at Hart Plaza. We're coming to you from Detroit, Michigan. Hi, everyone. Greetings from 2K Sports. Get ready for some NBA action. I'm Kevin Harlan, joined by Chris Webber and Greg Anthony. David Aldridge is our sideline reporter. Now let's take a look at some of the numbers for Damian Lillard.
And guys, for a measure of how he's performing offensively, look no further than the true shooting percentage. There's been a steady drop in his last 5 games, and he's got to be scrambling now to get that feel back.
And David Aldridge is standing by for our pregame report. David, good evening.
Well, guys, I'm very familiar with C.J. McCollum's college days, playing ball at mid-major Lehigh University. He said, we had solid players, but we also had guys who'd become doctors, lawyers, working on Wall Street. I liked it that way because I worked my way up. When you come from a small school, you appreciate it that much more. Kevin?
He's certainly come a long way, D.A. Thanks. Well, this seems to be a game that could be very tactical, Greg. Both teams relying on execution in the half court.
And, Kevin, you're going to see a lot of ball movement and body movement, and you can't just stand around and watch one guy go to work. I think that puts so much pressure on the defense with how the game is played.
And an emphasis on coaching, too.
Yes.
The starters for the Portland Trail Blazers. Pairing up in the backcourt, Lillard and McCollum. Robert Covington out there with Nurkic, and it's Powell in at the 3. And for Detroit, they've got Grant. Smith is out there with Jackson. Then there's Plumlee, and it's Bey in at the small forward spot. And it's the Pistons to start out. Outside Jackson. Smith for 3. Here's Plumlee. Up and in on the layup. Plumlee's got the first points on the scoreboard for the Pistons.
Yeah, that's a good way to start the game. Nice inside bucket right there.
Covington's shot is off. Left side Jackson. Shoots over Powell. Jackson misses. Looking at the Trailblazers, they took the last win in their last game against the Raptors in Toronto. Good on the bucket.
Oh, and McCollum, he's an exceptional shooter. He loves sticking it to the D when they're right in his face.
Pistons have gone 1 of 3 from the field to start this one so far. Pass to Smith. No good on that one. Nice D from Lillard. And here's McCollum for 3. Scored the basket, his second of 2 attempts.
Oh, he's a volume 3-point shooter. McCollum looks to take this shot often for this very reason.
Good D by McCollum.
That's a shot they're always happy to get, even when he blows the finish.
Powell for 3, and the Trailblazers another 3.
Oh, great ball movement there.
Just around a minute and a half into the first quarter. They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
Here's Bey. Here's Plumlee. And just miss after miss right now. Portland's gone 2 of 2 from three-point range here in the first quarter. Lillard from outside. He's now 1 for 2 with that bucket.
Yeah, this looks like a pregame shoot-around with all the threes they're allowing.
And last season, Lillard doing more playmaking than prior years, a career high in assists for him.
Well, we all know that Dame can score whenever he wants to. But this team is better when he's setting others up. Lillard knows that. I expect him to continue to spread the ball around.
And now the first timeout called here for Detroit. This, of course, the first opportunity to play Portland this season.
And with this matchup being an East versus West affair, it'll be the first of only 2 meetings between the teams.
Yeah, should be a fun game to watch. I mean, 2 teams that don't see each other that much. They'll learn a lot about each other tonight.
The first quarter of action, 2 minutes in. Here's Bey. Guarded by Powell. Poked loose. In the corner, Smith with it. 6 to shoot. Detroit, no good that time either.
No, when the D forgets about him on the perimeter, they're playing with fire. Lucky they don't get burned here.
And you can't help but pick their defense apart. They're completely in disarray.
Here's Smith, following the score by Damian Lillard. To halt the run, Smith no good.
It's time for him to start looking for other options. They can't let him keep shooting. His touch is gone.
And the basket by McCollum.
They've wasted no time settling into their offense.
And so it's Jackson who brings it up for the Pistons. It's a 13-point game. This game coming on the heels of their win against Toronto.
Yeah, I mean, we saw them do a little bit of everything in that game. Showed a lot of versatility.
Yeah, the offense looked cohesive last night. Whatever challenge the opposition presented, they answered with confidence.
Here's Smith. Taking a look at his numbers, he averages about 7 points a game. Fires the three. Rebounded by Covington.
Not the most productive quarter he'll ever have, but his shot selection's been a little bit dubious. He's perfect from the field this quarter. He's giving them the fits out there.
And McCollum on the floor, all business. Off the court, he's a very outspoken player, very colorful guy. And Greg, you were saying you see a future in media for him when he stops playing.
No doubt about it, Kevin. I mean, McCollum spoke up quickly about the seriousness of the virus when they were playing. He's very knowledgeable and shares what's on his mind. A media position after he's done playing is a very real possibility if he chooses to.
And it's pretty clear that Adam Silver would like to implement, Chris, a mid-season tournament. What do you think would motivate teams for something like that?
Man, it depends, Kevin. It could be money, or it could make the games count extra, or different seeding or position of seeding in the playoffs. These days, I guess it wouldn't hurt to try.
Here's Lillard, and Damian Lillard throws it down hard.
It's easy to forget about Lillard's hops. I mean, this guy has some sick dunks up his sleeve.
Now Smith. He's been patient so far. Nothing on the scoreboard yet.
He's disappeared this quarter. He can't get anything to drop. That's not going to help him get out of the hole.
From the wing. Doesn't get it to drop for him. Now the Pistons take it the other way. Jackson has the open look. Falls through. He's now made 2 of 4.
Willing to work the ball to his open teammate. Smith Jr., this is what leaders do best.
Lillard attacking, and that one is good. Lillard's got 11.
And they're forcing the ball inside, and it's working like a charm.
Smith the pass to Plumlee. The three. Smith with the basket on the assist from Plumlee.
About time he got one to fall there. Before that, 6 straight misses to start this one.
And yes, it's good.
That's their 3rd straight make off an assist.
Pistons trail by 17. Jackson passes to Grant. From outside, off the mark.
And even without that 3-ball dropping for him, the defense should have done more on that last play.
Count it. 5 points in the game.
Their play on both ends has been superb. We'll see if they can maintain the momentum.
Yeah, we got to be careful. It's still early. They've expended a lot of energy, but they've also built a nice cushion here.
And he's not going to miss that sort of an opportunity from deep.
That's a 2 from Lillard. Unable to get that one. And it's Detroit the other way. The drive by Smith. Plumlee. Rebound by the Trailblazers. Nurkic has got his 6th rebound on the night. And here's McCollum for 3. And another 3 for Portland.
He's putting the hammer down. Dominant quarter for him, trying to push out that lead.
The Pistons shooting well off their usual numbers, around 29% so far. Smith up top, covered by Lillard. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2.
And it's the combination of athleticism, speed, and intelligence Smith Jr. has that's so impressive. Just a dynamic point guard with loads of potential.
He's getting his first free throw attempt of the night right now.
2 shot.
Free throw good, Smith. And the Pistons making a change here. Diallo's checked in. Cantor checked in for the Trailblazers. Anthony comes in for Robert Covington. So after making the first, he goes 1 for 2. Trailblazers leading by 18. And he tries off the glass, but it's no good.
A team's rebounding is a great measure of its energy, and theirs has been terrific here in the first quarter.
And it's Lillard with the ball. He brings it up for the Trailblazers. Plumlee with the rebound. Plumlee's got 4 rebounds in this game. Ball's knocked loose and stolen by Lillard. And Damian Lillard with the jam.
Oh, it's great watching Lillard go after steals, showing he can take over possessions all by himself here.
Now a timeout called by Detroit.
Well, you look at the career that Dame Lillard has had so far. Taken 6th in the 2012 draft out of Weber State, a small school, but this guy became a franchise player immediately for the Blazers.
So it's both teams making substitutions here. And let's take a look at the last handful of seasons and the steal numbers for Robert Covington.
And when you see the tumble his steal totals have taken the last few years, you can see that he's gotten away from playing the kind of gritty, hard-nosed D he was known for. That's an aspect of his game he needs to get back.
Pistons trail by 18. And thinking of Lillard, the numbers over his career are incredible.
And Lillard found his strength as a shooter, and boy, did he exploit it. He's been averaging 20 points per game almost his entire career, and he's kept adding to his game as one of the elite players in our league.
Doumbouya is checked in for Detroit. And here's Jackson. He's making his presence felt offensively with his scoring average up there at almost 13 points a game.
And that one gives them a +5 rebound advantage, Kevin.
Lillard attacking, and Damian Lillard with the jam.
Displaying intensity right off the opening tip, especially on the offensive end.
Yeah, they've been very aggressive, and they've taken early control of this game.
Passes it to Doumbouya. Nice ball movement by Detroit. And now Portland on the break. Here's Simons. Good. Great play by Lillard to set it up.
Well, there you go. One team operating on all cylinders at both ends. Steals, fast break buckets, and the other team in scramble mode.
Now here's Lee. Poked away. Stolen by Cantor. And here again, the Trailblazers in transition. Up the court they go. Over Diallo. Again, the Trailblazers good for 2.
And a lot of teams avoid the mid-range jumper, but they seem to be using it well.
Jackson looking around. They need this. Here's Stewart. Lays it up off the glass.
And their post play has been really solid right off the bat.
Portland leading by 22. Here's Lillard. No stopping him there. Jams it in as he's fouled. A chance now for a three-point play.
Shooting one.
It's going to be on Sekou Doumbouya. Hey, Greg, you played in a different era of NBA defense. When you look at how defense is played now in the league, how do you feel about it?
Mind the lanes.
Kevin, I think the introduction of the zone, by and large, has been great. You get a lot more switching, and I think it brings more skill into the game. Don't get me wrong. I do miss the physicality that we had back in the 90s, but I tell you what, right now, my body wishes I had the opportunity to play in this era.
I bet it does.
Hard to believe Lillard missed out on a couple of all-star selections. I mean, in seasons where he averaged over 25 points a game.
Here's Stewart. Rebound by the Trailblazers.
Well, you have to like their work on the boards, Kevin, particularly here to start the game.
Wasted no time on that one. Lillard's got 22 points.
Well, with the role he's on this quarter, they're going to keep going to him and get that lead even bigger.
Lee bounce pass. Back to Jackson. Over in the corner, Lee. Offensive rebound, Stewart. A beautiful reverse layup.
And he's got such a great touch and feel around the basket. He made that reverse look easy.
Got that bucket in no time at all. 24 points for him.
Even with the D giving him a lot of attention, he's still finding ways to light him up.
Lee passes to Diallo. Lets it go with a three. No good from Lee.
I mean, he has to work harder to get a good high percentage look. I mean, he's been taking some bad shots out there.
Pistons shooting 31% here early on. Not getting the shots they'd like. Knocked loose. Stolen by Cantor. Fast break. Here they come. Here's Anthony. Oh, and the jam by Anthony.
Oh, this is the kind of ball movement they want to get from Cantor. Scan the floor, and when you spot the open man, get it to him.
Here's Lee. He's been quiet so far. Still no points in the game. Jackson against Jones. The feed to Doumbouya. And the jam by Doumbouya.
And Jackson is a terrific passer at that forward position. Fantastic at setting the table for his guys.
Lillard from outside. And again, it's the Trailblazers from deep.
And really setting the tone early with their three-point shooting.
And so it's Detroit with the ball. Lee outside. And there's Jackson on the assist by Lee.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
Here's Lillard. 2 points. That one goes. Lillard's got 29 in the game.
Well, Lillard is used to getting pushed around. Got to admire how he muscles it in regardless.
And it's Detroit's ball. Lee outside. 1:04 left to play here in the first. Clock at 6. Puts it up from 12. Doumbouya can't get it to go. And it's Jones with the ball for Portland. Over Lee. Hits some rim on the way in, and the bucket's good.
Give them credit. Offensively, they've been the more efficient team.
Yeah, and it's because of the looks they're getting. Their offense is creating some great opportunities.
Here's Stewart. Here's Doumbouya. And it's going to be a goaltending call here, so they'll count the bucket.
Just barely too late and catches it on the way down. He's already in the air there, committed, so can't fault him for going for the block.
Rodney McGruder's checked in for the Pistons. Joseph comes in for Lee. C.J. McCollum, he's checked in for the Trailblazers. Lets it go from the wing. He squares up and sinks it. McCollum's got 15 points.
6 of 8 from the field, 75%. Just scoring the ball at will.
Now 8 seconds separating the two clocks. And it's McGruder missing. Simons surveying the D. Over Diallo. And the Trailblazers getting another bucket right there. The Pistons shooting just 35% to start the game. Diallo with it. He's coming off a 19-point game against Toronto.
And he also chipped in with a couple blocks in that game. Just a hint at the impact he had on the defensive side.
And the buzzer sounds to end the first, and we've got a blowout underway here. It's the Trailblazers running away with it. And back with the start of the second quarter in just a moment. Well, earlier, Damian Lillard spoke to us about how he deals with a big loss.
I look to the times where things are going well. So this is going to come to pass. You know, someday this is going to be history, and we're going to be in a better position. And I want people to look at me and remember how I responded when, you know, things didn't go my way.
Greg, he's certainly a gentleman in victory and defeat.
You know, Lillard takes the L as a learning opportunity. Sure, it stings, but he also knows it can make them stronger if they use it right.
And if you're just tuning in, we've got a wide margin on the scoreboard, but plenty of time left for a comeback. And looking at what we've seen, Trailblazers pretty much in control here.
What we saw in that first quarter, they won their matchups defensively.
Yeah, they really got after it. I mean, they made life extremely difficult for the shooters, which is why they hold this lead.
You've got Diallo. He's out there with Doumbouya. And it's Magruder in at the shooting guard. That's the group for Detroit right now. Now, here's Joseph. 17 points for him last game against Toronto. There's the pass to Diallo. Here's Magruder. Drills the three-pointer.
He'll do some damage if they give him that shot. Don't give him a clean look. Get out there on him.
And you look at Robert Covington, first-team All-Defense in 2018, the kind of versatile stopper that every team in the league could use.
Kicks to Joseph. Pass to Diallo. Here's Doumbouya. And the Pistons getting another bucket right there. Portland's gone along perfectly from three-point range tonight. They've gone 5 for 5. And Covington may be not a star, but he's a winning player. We've seen that.
And the perfect example of that 3-and-D role player, can guard 4 or 5 positions and can definitely sling it from outside.
And the shot goes in. Stewart's got 6.
And they've repeatedly probed inside in the first half, guys, and it's paid off.
A nice shot by Simons.
Oh, great awareness on the floor from Cantor right there. Spots an opening and feeds for the assist.
And the Pistons with possession here. The Blazers getting the bucket. Diallo kicks to Joseph. And another 3 for Detroit.
Maybe he's not a priority for the D, but come on, man. Gotta have somebody keeping track of him.
Near the three-point line, it's McCollum. Rebounded by the Pistons.
Oh, I thought that one was gonna go down. The mid-range jumpers, oh man, that's usually a bunny with the D playing soft like that.
Trailblazers have gone 4 of 6 from the field here in the second. Here's Anthony. Again, the Trailblazers good for 2.
That's 10 straight off of the mid-range.
Detroit's gone 2 of 4 from three-point range so far in the second quarter. Got a piece of it. It's stolen by Anthony. Lays it in off the breakaway. He's got 6.
Yeah, just superb focus there from Melo, overpowering the D and still finishes.
To the wing on the left. Doumbouya gets a wide open look, and he buries that one, drilling the rim on the way down. And so it's McCollum with it. He brings it up for the Portland Trailblazers. Anthony finds Covington. Greg, you really began to emerge and got on the national scene at UNLV, but you started your college career at Portland, where you were actually named the Conference Freshman of the Year.
Yeah, how about I actually averaged more points in Portland than in any season I played at Vegas. Totally different roles, but Portland's always going to have a sweet spot in my heart. My first child was born in the great city of Portland.
Shooting 2.
The first one falls.
You know, this is the type of guy I like, from undrafted to a quality role player. I mean, he has heart. He's gotten better every year. Covington adds a lot to this team. He can let that thing fly, too. He's a fearless shooter.
Here's what Portland's going with right now. Yusuf Nurkic comes in for Enes Kanter. And Norman Powell subbed in for Anthony Simons. And both free throws good for Covington. The Pistons have gone 5 of 8 from the floor here in the second quarter, over 60% shooting. Here's Bay, covered by Anthony. Powell against Jackson. Shot clock at 5. To the paint. Here's he delivers that with
I can't
force.
believe it. I cannot believe that.
Oh, here he comes, and there he goes.
Look at him punish that rim. Powell, that's good.
From that in-between range, they've been the much better team.
For Portland, they won their last contest, that game against the Raptors. Joseph, the pass to Bay. Offensive rebound. Plumlee uses the glass to finish the layup. Plumlee's got his second bucket of the game to go.
Straight up effort gets him those points. That's what it's all about on the offensive glass.
It's good.
And the defense can only do so much when Anthony is locked in. There's nothing you can do to stop that guy.
One of the few guys in the league who make a lead pass like that. Just a fantastic look.
Here's Anthony. That falls. Nice feed that time from McCollum. McCollum's got 3 assists in the game. The Pistons have gone 8 of 12 since the start of the second quarter. That's a really high percentage, hitting around 67%. Score that one for him, his 8th field goal. 8 for 11 on a very accurate night.
Well, I think it's fair to say we can add this to the list of huge games McCollum's had in his career. I mean, one crisp bucket after another tonight.
Now here's Jackson. He picked up 12 points in their last win against Toronto, doubled by McCollum. Joseph, the pass to Bay. Back to Joseph. Over McCollum. The shot by Joseph, no good. Portland's gone along perfectly from three-point range. Tonight they've gone 5 for 5.
It's no wonder why they're in front when you take into consideration that he's been perfect from the field so far.
Pass to Plumlee. Here's Bay. Again, the miss by the Pistons. The Blazers on offense. Here's Covington. Rebounded by the Pistons. Plumlee's got 6 rebounds now in the game. Down low. And the dunk by Grant.
Flying high and throwing it down with the one-hander.
One of his favorite moves right there, guys. Now here's Powell. He's coming off a 13-point game against the Raptors in Toronto.
I mean, look, he's evolved as a passer over the course of his career. Get to the right spot, McCollum will find you.
Here's Jackson. And he lobs it up toward the rim, and it's slammed in by Plumlee.
And the pass there floated it up to the precise spot it needed to be.
And no messing around on the finish. He powers it through. Joseph against McCollum. Joseph has an open look. Goes back up. And there's the nice layup by Plumlee. Plumlee's got 10 points.
Well, he'll take advantage of that kind of soft defense every time. Just give him a chance to attack the basket, and he will.
Fantastic ball movement. They're picking them apart with their passing.
On the wing, Jackson. Off the mark there with the three-point shot.
If you can't hit that one, your teammates are going to think twice about feeding you the next time down.
Covington with the bucket.
I mean, it took him a long time to get into the flow of the game, but the points are starting to come for him now.
And here is Joseph. After the three-pointer from Robert Covington. Bay passes to Joseph.
And he has definitely been struggling in this quarter.
Just off his game, forcing a few shots, not letting the game come to him naturally.
And the basket by McCollum.
No hesitation at all in transition, and they have a huge margin in that department.
And, well, Detroit shooting the ball beautifully in the second quarter. They're at 55% from the field. There's the three, and another three for Portland.
He's doing some good work from long range. I mean, he had 2 threes in the first quarter, and now he's got 1 in the second.
Jackson kicks to Joseph. Jackson looking around, knocked away, and it's going to be out of bounds. The Pistons will retain possession. As we get a break in the action now, let's take a look at the East and how the teams are stacking up. You take a look at the Pistons. They're way down there in the conference standings, looking for a lot of improvement during the second half of the season.
And right now for the Pistons, they've had such a disappointing season. Even when they've gotten a little bit of momentum, they haven't been able to keep it going.
No, and it's frustrating. It's frustrating to everyone, the players, the coaches, the fans. I mean, there was the idea that they might struggle, but now reality is setting in.
Powell, that's good.
And with the lead, I like the strategy here. Continue to get the ball to guys who can do something with it.
You have to go to your best scorers. I mean, it's a smart strategy, and so far, it's paying off in this game.
Greg, if you're a small market team, how do you convince stars that you've drafted and developed to stay and re-sign?
It's a great question, Kevin. I actually think in a lot of ways it's easier today because you can be box office. You can be a superstar in a small market and have the name recognition because of the era we play in. And so I think the biggest way to keep them there is to build a championship caliber team around them. I think that is your saving grace. If you can prove to them that you can build a championship caliber team, I don't really think that there is a reason to want to leave.
That's a solid blueprint. And he makes the first. Josh Jackson's checked in for Detroit. Smith comes in for Corey Joseph. The Trailblazers also changing it up. Derek Jones, he's checked in for Anthony. And Lillard subbed in for C.J. McCollum. Both free throws good from Jackson. And here's Portland. They're on a 12-4 run right now. Lillard attacking. Again, the Trailblazers good for two.
And with the game he's having, there's no doubt he'll be the guy they lean on to protect the lead.
Smith outside. Connects from three-point range. Smith's got 9.
A work in progress for sure, but I like how Smith Jr. still keeps taking those deep shots.
And the basket by Lillard.
And his stroke has been dead on from the outside. I mean, inside, outside, it just doesn't matter.
Powell against Jackson. Here's Smith. Happy to see that one go in. He's shooting 4 for 10 with that basket.
And their shots are falling now with more regularity than we saw at first.
Lillard with the bucket.
Entering the NBA, I knew he needed to develop his mid-range game, but he did it, and it's opened things up for him.
Smith right side, wide open. He hits the back iron and sinks the shot. Smith's got 7 now in this quarter.
His field goal percentage is creeping up there now. I mean, it wasn't pretty in the first quarter.
And Jusuf Nurkic, missing a whole calendar year not too long ago, was still involved with the team during that stretch and was a fixture on their bench.
Yeah, shout out to my boy Nurkic, but hey, bro, you had some wild shirts on the sideline. I couldn't even watch the game. You was over there dizzying cats up. But I know you were doing your thing, but he would use clothing to call out other players, teams, and commentators. Nurkic doesn't mince words, and I'm glad he's back and playing.
There's a minute 34 left now here in the second. Smith in the post, covered by Lillard. Controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
And the shooting has really been there for him today, but he may have to take it upon himself to continue to carry this team and try and get out of this hole.
Nurkic, and finished off by Nurkic.
Oh, well, a big reason Nurkic impacts games is for that ability right there, staying active on the glass at both ends, converting the second chances.
And the call will be against Jusuf Nurkic. That'll be his second foul of the game.
Another foul would give him 3 before the half. Something to keep an eye on, guys.
Looking at who's out there now for the Pistons. Stewart's checked in for Plumlee, and Lee's subbed in for Jackson. And the Trailblazers making a change here as well. Cantor's checked in. 1:04 left in the first half of the game. Nurkic with the steal. Unloads. Again, the Trailblazers good for 2.
Oh, showing he's capable of connecting from there. Nurkic, the jumper, continues to look better.
Now here is Smith. 16 points for him. Grant outside. It's good, the assist that time from Smith. Smith's got 3 assists tonight.
He's so aggressive at that end of the floor, and that's a quality all great scorers have.
Took him no time at all on that one. Lillard's got 41.
He's kept the integrity of their offense tonight by moving and cutting and scoring every time they've needed him to.
Count it.
Working on his interior game, Smith Jr. is very aware he has what it takes to score from there.
Here's Lillard. Here's Nurkic. And good work on the boards. They pick up the second chance points. Nurkic has got 6.
As the game has gone along, they've gotten more and more aggressive on the backboard.
Nurkic with the steal. Lillard with the bucket.
Lillard plays with great pace. He's outstanding at knowing when to pull up off the dribble.
Smith against Lillard. Pulls from the top of the key. Second chance shot. He lays it in. Stewart's got 4 points this quarter.
I wouldn't want to be the guy who has to keep him off the boards. He is a beast on the offensive glass.
You can't look at the result of that shot. They'll take that whenever they get it.
You're exactly right. I mean, that's the kind of shot you're trying to work for at the offensive end.
And so it's the Portland Trail Blazers, able to put on a show for the ages. The scoring has been tremendous, and they are shooting lights out with very high accuracy. And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Carmelo, looked like the offense was really working there. How were you guys able to get things going so well?
We got vets. We got guys that know how to play basketball. We come together as a team. We're doing that, and we're just trying to take it one day at a time. That's it.
Well, thanks for your time, Carmelo. See you in the second half. Back to you, Kevin.
Thank you, David, and we'll be right back after halftime to start the third quarter. See you in just a bit.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello again, folks. Ernie Johnson here with Kenny the Jet Smith and Shaquille O'Neal. It's the NBA on 2K Sports, and let's talk the first half. Damian Lillard has been having a big night. He went on an historic scoring frenzy, tallying a ridiculous number of points and 1 steal. What did you think about Portland, Kenny?
Well, we know a guy next to us knows he can rap. But Damian Lillard can play hoops a little bit too. Give him a little space and he'll drain it from deep. Crowd him on the perimeter and he'll blow right past you.
And Shaq, what are your thoughts on Detroit?
The first thing to say is, what's up with the turnovers? Jeez. You can live with some missed shots and stuff like that, but you can't keep turning the ball over. It's crushing for a team. It just saps all your confidence when you play a half like that, Ernie. Ugh.
Thanks for joining us, folks. We're now just a few minutes away from the start of the third quarter.
And with the second half upon us, we'll find out if this game becomes the route that it's threatening to be. Really an incredible game from Lillard.
In that first half, he was a hot knife, and the defense was butter, sliced right through them.
He did a great job of attacking the seams, getting to the rim, and then finishing strong.
Well, we've got a second half of basketball for you. We think it's going to be pretty good. A big comeback, though, is needed for this game to be competitive, and it probably has to happen quickly. Here's who Terry Stotts is starting the second half with. The high-powered backcourt pair, Lillard and McCollum. Nurkic is out there with Robert Covington, and it's Powell in at the 3 spot. Here's Jackson, following the score by Damian Lillard. Knocks it loose, and so the ball out of bounds. McCollum touched it last. What a stretch it's been for these players. They're the NBA's leading scorers over the last 10 games. These are the real stats, real scores from the real NBA. Damian Lillard is second.
Quite a roll he's been on. I mean, a pure scoring display. Eventually, teams might find an answer for him, but that's not been the case here lately.
So timeout called here, the first for Portland.
a chance to check out stats for Damian Lillard. What a run he's been on over the past few weeks. He's right around 29 points a night, 7 assists and 4 rebounds. And he has been passing the ball like a virtuoso. That's what really stands out about these recent performances.
Hey, every symphony needs a conductor. He unifies his teammates, sets the tempo, and they make some sweet, sweet moves.
And done it in a variety of ways. When Smith starts to feel it, boy, he can torch you off the drive as well as with the jumper. It's a great move, and he catches the defense completely off guard.
You'd like to see a little more energy coming out of halftime on the defensive end.
Portland shooting their 5th attempt at the line in the game.
And they've had really good numbers all season from the free throw line.
And the Pistons making a change here. Plumlee's checked in.
Shooting 1.
Free throw good, Damian Lillard. And so it's Smith with it. He'll bring it up for the Detroit Pistons. Fires the 3. That shot off, so the Trailblazers will take it the other way.
It's a +5 advantage for them in rebounding after that one.
Rock solid start for them. I mean, they're 3 for 3 since coming out of the locker room.
Inside, here's Grant, and the dunk by Grant.
He is a fantastic athlete for a power forward. Whatever he lacks in height, he makes up for it with hops.
Lillard attacking, and another one.
My goodness, 50 for the game.
Yep, he is putting on a show. The Pistons have gone 2 of 3 from the field to start the second half. Jackson passes to Grant. He's looking for Plumlee and finds him.
Look, he may not be thought of as big for a center, but with his ability to go vertical, he sure plays big.
Feeds it to Covington. And 2 free throws coming up, unable to get that one to go with all the contact. It's going to be on Mason Plumlee.
The length of Covington, it makes him a difficult guy to guard, skilled at picking up contact.
The Trailblazers have been on target from the free throw line. They're 5 of 5 in that department.
At the line for 2.
Free throw drops for Covington. And both free throws good for Covington. For Detroit, they've gone 3 of 4 so far in the third quarter from the field. Pretty good start to the half. Stolen by McCollum. He kicks it to Covington. And the dunk by Covington.
And it's good to see McCollum working on becoming a better defender, using his quick hands to wipe the ball away.
Into the third we go. 2 minutes in now. And, well, Detroit shooting at 51%. Really solid. Grant, that's good.
Timeout.
Grant's got 10.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Time called here. The Blazers decide to talk it over.
And team strategies closely guarded. One aspect of the game the fans aren't always privy to.
Yeah, and sometimes it's the most subtle moves that make the biggest difference.
I promised to pray for a positive fate. Had the world in your palms, but share the key in it. Understand the days. When moms be nice, he thought the money should. Any problems, they're not. Like Boris Becker, I want 200 checkers. So if they want to slow our records, it just won't affect us. Take my boys to Mecca. On my blessing, with my dogs. They try to give me, I bet I get their heaven. I say they wait for, I'm such a
And all right, a chance to check out stats for Covington. They've gotten some big performances from him since the All-Star break. 7th in three-point field goal percentage, 10th in steals, and he provides that deterrent around the rim, ranking among the top 15 league-wide in blocks per game.
And back to his efficiency from three, as you said, he's top 10 in the league. Defenses are now trying to deny him the basketball, but really to no avail. Here's Smith, following the score by Damian Lillard.
And hustle like that is why he leads his team in rebounds tonight.
It's all heart. He does a great job of getting after it.
The shot by Powell, no good. For Detroit, they've gone 4 of 6 from the field since the start of the third. Here's Jackson, and he finishes nicely on the layup. Jackson's got 8.
And that's 10 straight points in the paint. The defense, nowhere to be found.
McCollum kicks to Covington, and Portland again with the bucket.
You can't be too far off Covington. He's skilled at sizing up the defense and firing once he gets it.
On the wing, Jackson. He's guarded by McCollum. Passes to Plumlee. Gets it to go for bucket number 8. He's taken just 10 shots.
And we always talk about making your teammate better. That assist was right on target.
Shoots from 14. And it's out of bounds. The Trailblazers able to retain possession here. For the Pistons, Diallo, he's checked in for Frank Jackson. And Rodney McGruder's subbed in for Smith. The Trailblazers also changing it up. Anthony comes in for Robert Covington. And it's Simons in for Lillard. Goes up off the inbound. Here's Powell. Count it from 12. 18 points for him.
And even with the big lead, he remains focused on the task at hand.
We talk about killer instinct all the time. He definitely has it. He's keeping his foot on the pedal here.
Way to attack there and then create the contact.
That's his second personal foul.
Anthony's getting more floor time last season. He worked his way into the Blazers' rotation. He's still young, though, and seems like he can carve a rollout on his team.
And the first one drops.
And Simon's a bit undersized at that two-guard position, only 6'3", but a natural 2 with playmaking ability.
Ultimately, this team wants him to be a scoring threat off the bench. Have him come in firing from outside. He's got a lot of work to get to that point, though.
Doomboy is checked in for Grant. And a switch here also for Portland. Cantor, he's checked in for Nurkic. And he makes both free throws.
We're still waiting for that first miss from the line this half.
McGruder passes to Bay. Now Diallo. Nice ball movement by Detroit. Here's McGruder. He's averaging around 5.5 points a game. Bay hands it from downtown. Bay's got his second basket of the night.
The D just sagged off just enough and no hesitation on his part.
And Anthony gets it to go.
And Anthony, really one of the most confident jump shooters, an elite level scorer who gets plenty of opportunities.
Doomboy can't get it to go.
Just a solid performance on the interior. The rebounding has been off the charts.
For Detroit, they've gone 7 of 10 on their field goal attempts here in the third. Good for another field goal. Number 5 in the night. 5 for 10 shooting.
Wow, what a pass there. He made that a very easy basket with that setup.
Deep 2 from Anthony. That one a tad offline to the right, but drops in for him.
And Melo is highly explosive, nailing shots left and right. The D has got to get it out of his hands.
Here's McGruder. Out to the right wing. Here's Bay. Bangs home the trifecta. Bay's got 6 in the quarter.
Wow, Something's brewing, guys. The three-pointers just continue to flow.
Anthony left side. Bay pulls it in. Detroit's gone into the three-point range 4 times since halftime and buried 2 of them.
Oh, good interior offense. Those passes have to be right on target.
And Simons has got the ball here for the Trailblazers. And the Trailblazers getting another bucket right there.
He's a pure scorer. I mean, one of the purest we've seen in this league. McCullough, he has a sweet-looking jump shot.
Now Diallo, still looking for his first bucket in this one. Here's Doumbouya. Looks good, is good. That's his 7th basket in 12 tries.
They're scoring boatloads of buckets. It's raining buckets from inside.
Goes up the baseline. A tad short, but it's good off the front iron. Simons has got 12 in the game.
Yeah, and he's not going to pass up that one. And trust me, he shouldn't. He's solid from that in-between area.
Here's Magruder. And he gets the basket. Officials blowing the whistle, so a chance at the line for one more.
One shot.
Yeah, exceptional play there to take the bump and still get it to fall.
Pistons have been successful on 3 of their 4 free throw attempts up to this point. Derek Jones, he's checked in for Norman Powell.
Mind the lanes. Mind the lanes. One shot.
You know, Chris, every season we see teams in a given game or series, they just don't seem to have that same energy. What are some of the reasons teams fall flat?
Well, I think sometimes, the stakes are a little bit higher in the playoffs. The other team is playing hard. Some teams have never gotten to that level before. Some teams, let their guards down at times. Then you try to turn it on, but you're already on the ropes.
And they pick up 2. 16 points for him.
Oh, that's a well-deserved assist. Not every player has the vision to make that feed.
It's out of bounds. They are saying it was last touched by Lee. Corey Joseph's checked in for Rodney Magruder.
On the floor, Corey Joseph.
Tipped away. And it's out of bounds. The Trailblazers able to retain possession here.
Great instincts from him to get a hand on that pass and tip it out.
Just trying to prevent the opposition from getting comfortable. Next time, that one might get picked.
On defense, the Pistons. They get the rebound. Cantor makes it off the glass. Cantor's got his second bucket.
Now, that's the staple of Cantor's game. This guy has a knack for knowing how to come up with offensive boards.
Now the pass to Jackson. And it's good for 2. Jackson's got his second bucket of the night.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
And that one, good.
That's just the product of good pass work. I mean, nice team basketball right there.
Lee outside. Fade away. Here's Stewart. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
That's his first personal foul.
The Pistons have gone 4 for 5 from the charity stripe in this one up to now.
Free throws.
Shooting 2.
The first free throw is good. He's perfect from the line this time. Portland in total control. Here's McCollum. And he sinks that one, hitting the back of the rim on the way in. McCollum's got 4 points in the quarter. Detroit's gone into the three-point range 4 times since halftime and buried 2 of them. To the wing right side. Here's Doumbouya. And Cantor pulls it down. Cantor's got 6 rebounds now in the game. Again, the Trailblazers score.
Tremendous offensive work ethic from Cantor. He never stops looking for a shot.
The Pistons shooting one of the high points for them in this game at 54%. Jackson down low, working on Jones, and Jones sends it back. Here's Simons, guarded by Jackson. From about 16. Now here's Cantor. Tight defense on him. Shot is good off the back rim and in.
And they are earning points with the jump shot now.
Pass to Jackson to the inside. And Stewart gets it to go. Stewart's got 12 points in the game.
Oh, it's all about the assist on that play. He puts it in the perfect spot.
Good on the shot.
The assist is the key to that sequence. I mean, a great look to set him up.
And it's Joseph with the ball. He'll bring it up for the Pistons. Here's Lee. And Lee with the stuff.
Oh, why dunk you very much.
He can really fly. And you combine that, Greg, with some nice penetration, too. And you've got 2 points. Here's Jackson, and off the left side of the rim, and it swirls in for him. Jackson's got his 3rd basket of the night right there. Here's Jones, and Portland again with the bucket. 1:50 left in the 3rd quarter. Pass to Stewart. Plenty of space, and Detroit again with the bucket.
I mean, he's out there on an island all by himself. I mean, good job to stay cool and drain it.
Time called here. The Blazers decide to talk it over.
When I come through Beamer, ain't no X. When I come through Porsche, ain't no box. If I come through range, ain't no sport. Nah, my Xbox was a sport. On and off court, I put numbers on the board. I finance it all, but who keep a score? We talking fair pay. I know all things ain't equal, so I'm not paying for it. The irony of blowing up for it is you gotta pay for it. Why you think they for it? Why you think we got about the hood for it? Why you think I got me box for it? For it. I had to fight for it. So my cousin for it. A lot of free the guys for it. My king still $1 million mission for it. All my going for it. Yellow same team. How you mean? What you knew about the team?
A different look here for Detroit. Jeremy Grant comes in for Doumbouya. And Smith subbed in for Lee. Robert Covington's checked in for Portland. Lillard comes in for Anthony Simons. Here's McCollum. And it's good. Assisting on the play was Lillard. And that's now 30 points for C.J. McCollum. Detroit's gone into the three-point range 4 times since halftime and buried 2 of them. Joseph, that's good.
And when Smith Jr. is dishing the ball, it makes everything easier, making a stronger effort to find his guys. Impressive, really, from that short 17 area. They are not missing many.
Joseph, the pass to Smith. Shoots over Covington. That one off the back iron and out.
Oh, you hate to let those easy chances slip through your fingers.
From 15 feet away, and again, it's Portland converting.
Oh, nice touch from the mid-range. You give Cantor this shot, he's happy to take it.
To the middle, and that one is stuffed right through.
I love the ball movement there. He put that on a silver platter, just served him up.
Out of bounds, Detroit takes possession. Here's McCollum. Frank Jackson, he's checked in for Detroit. His shot was hindered by that momentous mobile 1 block.
And those are plays that get you in front and keep you in front.
The Pistons shooting has just been outstanding tonight, 56% as a team in this game. Smith against Lillard, and stolen by Lillard. 8-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. The 11-footer, and the jumper falls for him. Lillard's got 54 points.
Now we're seeing the very best of Lillard tonight. I mean, he's a Swiss Army knife of an offensive player. I mean, he's got a tool for every job.
Jackson in the corner. It's hauled in by the Trailblazers. Cantor's got double-digit rebounds now in the game.
And they've got a big lead, not just on the scoreboard, but really in the rebounding numbers as well.
And so it's the Portland Trailblazers holding an unbelievable lead as the quarter wraps up. And they've created a bunch of turnovers with that terrific D. We come back right after this. And now let's go back to a play from earlier as we show you our State Farm assist of the game.
Just true artistry right there. I mean, great decision on where to go with the ball, and how about the perfect delivery?
How about the unselfishness? Night in and night out, we see guys trying to force their own agenda. Not that time.
And there may not be a lot of drama down the stretch as we head into the fourth quarter, but stranger things have happened. They've got Jackson. Jackson is out there with Cook. Then it's Dennis Smith, and it's Stewart in at center. That's the group for Detroit right now. Now here's Jackson. That shot off.
I love to see the defense exhibit some passion in protecting the rim right there.
Lets it go from the baseline and nails it.
Read the defense perfectly on that possession.
And it's Smith with the ball. He brings it up for the Pistons. And he caught that pass in full stride on his way to the big slam.
Kevin, he is tough to stop when he gets to the rim.
Yeah, Greg, he can get up a few notches higher. Rebounded by Jackson. On the wing, Jackson. Here's the three. That's good, and it's Jackson with the assist that time. Jackson's got 3 assists in the game. Lillard against Smith. From about 19 feet. The rebound by Cook. Pistons have gone 2 of 3 from the field to get the fourth quarter started. Floats one, and he gets the bucket. Smith's got 22.
And how about the rhythm Smith Jr. has, letting the floater glide off his fingertips?
And a kind roll that time off the rim as that one falls.
This goes to Damian Lillard.
The Pistons have gone 3 of 4 in field goal attempts since getting things started here in the fourth. Passes it to Jackson. Back to Jackson. The three. Another 3 for Detroit.
Wow, he is lighting it up here in the second half.
And with the move league-wide for greater representation, some are calling for more diversity in front offices. Chris, some say progress isn't coming fast enough. What do you think?
I think progress hasn't happened fast enough either. Put me on that list. Let me sign that petition. Because even in the coaching ranks, fewer black head coaches this season. You know, teams need to hire the best candidate. No one's saying anything different than that. But the fact of the matter is, they're not interviewing some of the best candidates. That's all. Let some of the best candidates in the door, and they should be hired.
Lillard with the bucket.
Lillard, he has a sweet jump shot. The defense has to know he's deadly from there.
Detroit's gone 2 for 2 from three-point land to start the fourth quarter. The drive by Smith. There's the steal. Covered by Smith. And good. Got the friendly bounce off the right side of the rim. For Detroit, they've gone 5 of 6 from the field to start the fourth quarter on a roll. Here is Cook. He feeds it to Jackson. Count that one.
And how about the attack mode mentality that Jackson possesses? You can see there, even on the mid-range, he is looking to be aggressive.
Good ball movement here by the Trailblazers. Kept alive. Giles kicks to Little. Over Jackson. Here's Giles. Got a piece of it. And the pass to Jackson. Inside, here's Stewart. Basket is good. He'll get a chance for one more at the line.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
Chris, we've seen in the three-point contest, they've added a pair of deep shots worth extra points. You know, if the league decided for the All-Star game to test out a 4-point line, what would you think of that?
I'm not sure about the 4-point line yet. I think we'll always have time for that, but I don't think it's a need to rush for that. I think that until everyone can shoot like Curry or most guys can shoot like that, let's just not change it because one or two guys can. When we look at offensive efficiency and other statistics, still a lot of ways that this game can be improved with the line where it is. I love the NBA welcoming innovation, but this is something that I think we're jumping ahead of the times.
The Pistons have gotten 7 of their 8 shots to fall here in the fourth, a tremendous offensive outburst. Smith, the pass to Diallo. It's good.
Oh, forget about three-pointers. Give me a look from right in tight. I'll take it all day long.
Pass to Little. Over Diallo. And a little luck that time, but it drops. Little's got 6 in the quarter.
Oh, he's got a roll in this quarter, taking it on himself to guide their offense.
Smith drawing the double team. Here's Diallo. Off target from three-point range. The Trailblazers shooting has been sensational. 75% for the game. Now a timeout called by Portland.
Adjustments are a part of the game, and the coach sees something he doesn't like here.
Yeah, I like the chess match that's going on here. Each team trying to find and exploit the favorable matchup on the floor.
The Pistons making a change here. Lee's checked in. Puts it up off the inbound. Nice jump shot. Good. Giles has got 4 points in the quarter.
Realizing when the defenders have overcommitted, like how Nurkic looks to hit the open man.
Pass to Magruder. And when rookies come in, there's a lot to learn, especially managing money. And Chris, the league is trying to help players manage those large salaries.
Well, players have great resources now that are available to them, and so it's great that the league has lended a hand and said, hey, if you need any help, don't be afraid to reach out.
Nurkic with the block.
Oh, this is the impact Nurkic makes on the defensive end, effective at reaching out and stifling shooters.
The shot off that time, and Detroit the other way now. Lee outside. Rebound by Nurkic. Nurkic has got rebound number 13 with that last one. Now a timeout called by Portland.
Spending money at the club like Sam's. Yes, ma'am. She don't put this on the ground. Little boys try this on the ground. Hey, I can't switch on the fan. It's how I hit the switch on the fan. This where my head is. I feel resentment from every direction. Even some homies be wearing expressions. I be discouraged from sharing my blessings. We used to share a connection. Now it just feels like it's wearing and stretching. I'm getting real sick of taking advice from people that never stare at reflections. Somewhere in there is a lesson. Y'all ain't involved and it's very depressing. I'm at the club with the basketball team. Me and the Cardinals are sharing a section. Gotta cherish the present. I'm drinking water. Got a career and I'm very invested. Some people call it a scary obsession. I like to call it a passion. I can be sitting relaxing. PG, we getting some traction. I'm at the venue, it's packed in. I'm digging her accent. I got a baby Simon belt on me and she tryna. That's my type of distraction. That's my type of she Latin. Got my own flow and I'm about to get a patent. Brand new sheets for the bed they satin. Y'all wasn't tuned in back then. My swag they keep jacking. I ain't doing no verse, quit asking. What's poppin'?
Doomboy is checked in for the Pistons. Little with the ball. Diallo's there.
Even when the D is playing off of him, the mid-range jumper shouldn't be the shot they're looking for.
A slam dunk by Diallo.
My goodness, he is such a great dunker.
Greg, a high riser, no doubt about it. Chris, today's coaches have a different way to get through to their players compared to some coaches of the past.
Well, yeah, I think, this culture is different. Guys don't want to be yelled at when they're giving their all. They want to try to find a solution instead of getting emotional about it. So I think, the emotional aspect at some point has been alleviated. I think guys want to enjoy going to work every day and having a boss that they can discuss and figure it out with. I don't think the NBA is any different.
Hits. Got that one from Nurkic.
Very capable of knocking it down from the mid-range. Nurkic is a guy you must stay tight on.
Lee outside. Kicks it to Doumbouya. Shot on the wing. He clangs that one off the back iron, and down it falls. Doumbouya's got 10 points here in the second half. And for Portland, their shooting in the fourth has been tremendous, 59%. The 10-footer. And Portland again with the bucket. So it's the Pistons now. Lee outside. He kicks to Doumbouya. Nurkic with the block.
And a big lead for them on both the scoreboard and the backboard thus far.
Out of bounds. Detroit takes possession. And Portland making a change here. Simons is checked in. Detroit's gone 2 of 5 on three-point shots since the end of the third quarter. Pass to Magruder. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
And even though they're down, they are putting on a show at the free throw line.
Chris, you look at last year's all-defensive first-teamers, 4 out of 5 of those guys were 6'10 or taller. Clearly, size is an advantage.
Yeah, size or at least length. I mean, long arms, with that comes blocks, steals, and deflections. As long as you can move your feet, though, bigger is better.
First one falls for him. So he gets them both. And Portland has possession. Here's Giles. And Portland again with the bucket. The Pistons shooting it very well tonight, around 57%. To the paint. Here's Doumbouya. Misses the layup. The Trailblazers shooting has been sensational, 75% for the game. Here's Little, and good, as it just snugs right down through the net. The Pistons on offense. To the inside, Doumbouya lays it up and in off the pretty assist. Doumbouya's got 20.
Now that's how you lead your teammate into an easy scoring chance. I love that assist.
Here's Simons. It's hauled in by Diallo. Over in the corner, Lee. And the three ball is good.
And perimeter scoring, I have to imagine it was a topic of discussion at halftime.
Well, it had to be. These days, you need to stretch the floor somewhat to make everything else work.
Swiped it away. He's guarded by Diallo. And this next draft, Chris, expected to be the last year of the one-and-done rule. Do you approve of the league once again letting high schoolers be drafted?
Well, yeah, I think if we're finally catching back up with the world, if a man can do the various things that you could do after turning 18, why wouldn't you be allowed to go to a job and make money for your family? So, yeah, I definitely think it's the right thing to do.
His second personal, 13.
Sekou Doumbouya showing flashes of his potential.
He's a rangy, high-flying small forward. He's still figuring it out, but the physical tools are off the charts.
Plumlee is checked in for Detroit.
Mind the lanes. Mind the lanes. One shot.
That's good from Doumbouya. And Simons has got the ball here for the Trailblazers. Here's Giles. The 9-footer's on the mark. Giles has got 8 here in the quarter.
Second chance points always hurt. Just not enough effort to block out.
Yeah, that's what's frustrating because you did the job defensively to get the stop, and then you gave it right back.
Here is Cook. The fader. They get it back. It's tipped. From 10 feet out. And it's out of bounds to Portland. They'll retain possession.
Blazers ball.
Here's Simons. That one, no good. Now the Pistons take it the other way. The pass to Doumbouya. Plumlee trying to break loose.
A little extra on that one, fellas. Nobody's stopping that.
Not when he comes in there with that tomahawk. That's just too much force. And it's Giles missing. And it's Detroit's ball. They've outscored him 10 points to 2 during this run.
And one team is just completely outclassing the other tonight. Spirited performance, and it really ignited what is turning out to be a monster win here for the Trailblazers.
You don't see this kind of a blowout often, but tonight this is a quality win across the board to deliver out this kind of punishment.
They definitely never changed the approach. They just kept after it and showed they were clearly the better team in just about every single category.
And so it'll boost this year's win total for them to 29.
And so they win their first game against this squad.
Timeout.
It's a 2-game season series, and they'll be going for the sweep the next time they face off.
And you know, looking back at all the contributions tonight, it was a really phenomenal all-around game for Lillard.
He hung a big number on the scoreboard, and it wasn't just because he was hot. He did it with movement and tenacity.
Now a timeout called by Portland. They're up by 40. 58 seconds left in the fourth quarter. And now we present our New Balance Player of the Game, Damian Lillard.
Yeah, and his performance has been a jaw-dropper. He must have been feeling great coming into the building tonight, because once he hit the court, it was all working for him. He was in a zone.
He silenced this crowd with an unreal display. His ability to drown out the noise and the hostility of an opposing crowd is pretty special. "58 seconds left in the fourth quarter of this one. Second shot opportunity. Rebound by the Pistons. Lee outside. Pass to Plumlee. And finished off by Plumlee.
You can appreciate the fight now, but it isn't how they came into the game.
Yeah, how they ended this one is much different than how they started it, and that's a shame.
And it's good off the back rim and in.
They just blocked out the noise, kept on grinding, and this is their reward.
Showing remarkable poise and focus throughout the game, a sustained effort across the board.
Now here's Diallo. Lee outside. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Cook, good.
That's when a double team hurts a defense. I mean, when they're guarding a player smart enough to pass out of it and find the man left alone.
Pass to Little. And so Portland takes this one, but by a big margin. A resounding victory for them. And Greg in enemy territory, no less.
And that's exactly right. But with the way they controlled the game and just completely took the crowd out of it, that's how to get it done on the road.
It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Kevin, thanks. Damian, this team is on a roll and finding ways to win. What would you say about how you're playing?
I mean, it just shows growth. Our team is getting better every day. In practice, we play close attention in film, and I think we've just been locked in over this whole win streak, and we've been able to transfer it to the games.
I know you want to keep it going, man, so congrats on the W. Kevin, back to you.
All right, David, thank you. And that'll do it, folks. For Chris Webber, Craig Anthony, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. Thank you for being with us. We'll see you next time. Have a great evening.